stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Come on, load. Thank you. Gosh, it takes so long. Okay. Still got to go to Facebook. Yeah. See, they keep changing the rules and everything, so I got to do this differently. I'm going to make a new video today, though. Tired of seeing those faces. And I don't even talk to any of them. Leisure, good to see you. I got to move my phone, though, because I'm getting the glare. Getting the glare. And chat on Restream should be fixed, hopefully. If not, I don't know what the fuck else to do. Kenny Mabry, good to see you. All right. Just doing a little bit of sharing here. Sharing on the topic of disease. So a little bit oh great, now I forgot who sang the song. I am not awake, so I'm good. Yeah, did I put it there? Yes, I did. Okay. See, some places I have auto approval and it tells me whether I shared there or not because it says it's been approved or whatever. All right, I'm moving that so that I don't have a glare on there. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. It's another day to stay sober. You know, I think we're going to be in the 12 by 12. Yep, page 88 in the 12 by 12 and or around there. So, but we got Instagram going. The chat should be working now for Facebook. If not, there's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do. All right. But it's funny, I actually get more people on YouTube now since my restriction. Making me feel like I'm 10 years old again, putting me on restriction Facebook. And everybody's getting restricted to you. It's like Facebook's become Oprah. You're restricted. You're restricted. Did you say poop? You're restricted. You offended someone. Hi, Patricia. See, Facebook chat's working again. Yay. Yay for human error. Yay for human error. Do you know what's great about being wrong? You make it right. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Yeah, when you're wrong, you can make it right. Nothing easier to get through than my own human error. I could barely see this. I got a newer phone. I have a new phone, right? So let's brighten that a little bit so I can actually see. Okay, clear all. There we go. Okay. I'm going to stop pressing buttons. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host today. Sometimes we have, and Instagram, this won't happen for you. Oh, shit. Yeah, I can only do this when it's just me. But sometimes I get guests on Restream. But you might hear them, but you'll never see them. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Now, I would put Restream, or I would put connect my Instagram, but I got to do all this RTMP crap, and nah, no thanks. And then the chat doesn't work anyway. And the chat is my biggest feature. Without the chat, this is really no good. I got to have the chat. Okay? It's got to be there. So, all right. I spent a portion of my day fixing chat for everyone. Those are the fun things I get to do. We can go to page 88 today. Oh. So I got this sunroom, right? I've been trying to get it. Finally, I got up the noive to go out there and clean. I worked my ass off on it yesterday, right? And then and then I wake up this morning, there's cat puke all over it. I was pissed. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks. Now, if that's the problem I'm going to have today, I guess I'll take it. Cat puke is going to be my biggest problem. I guess I'll take it. Let's get started. Step 10, continue to take personal inventory. And when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. That's pretty straightforward, man. You should know this shit by now. Okay? If you're wondering what we're talking about, then maybe 4 or 5 didn't quite connect. Right? Maybe that third step, maybe you didn't give everything to God at that third step. Maybe you said you were willing, but really you had that lurking notion. What is a lurking notion? It means if my daughter gets married, I can drink. It's an excuse to drink. That would be a lurking notion. We cannot have any of those. I do not have any lurking notions. I don't want to drink again. That sounds like a horrible fucking idea to me. It just does. And you know what? Even right now, I'm drooling a little bit because I'm bringing up alcohol. Just a little bit. I'm kidding. Usually, thanks, Scott. You should know this shit by now. I guess that was a little mean. If you don't know me by now. And I wonder why I keep getting cut off because I sing. But it's not sexual. All right. As we work the first 9 steps, we prepare ourselves for the adventure of a new life. Yeah, we're giving you the skills for a new life. That's why it's best to put those blinders on. Concentrate on your own program. Quit worried about others. Just don't worry about everybody else right now. Yeah. Okay. Focus on yourself. But when we approach step 10, we commence to put our AA way of living to practical use, day by day, in fair weather or foul. And now, foul weather is going to be okay, man. You're probably going to make it through it. It's the excitement. Let me just put it this way. Any emotion done in an extreme is bad for an alcoholic. And it doesn't matter the emotion. Right? Any emotion in the extreme is just bad for us because we're in the extreme. That includes happiness. Do you know what I do when I'm excited? I run around and I buttonhole everybody about God. I interrupt people. I'm not listening. When I'm excited, I'm not listening. I'm too excited. I got all these great things going on in my head. Yeah. Yeah. Got to bring that excitement level back down, right? What's the excitement? Well, it's telling other people about good things in your life. Yeah. It's all it is. Then comes the acid test. Can we stay sober, keep an emotional balance, and live to good purpose under all conditions? Is it a tall order? Oh no, by now it shouldn't be. You know. Now this isn't always true. I'm talking in a broad sense. Everybody's recovery is different. Okay. It wasn't until I was about 4 or 5 years sober that I was well enough to start sponsoring. It took me that long. Okay. I had some mental illnesses pop up. God said, no, Dion, you're dealing with this shit first. Before you go out and help any of my children, you're working on this shit first. And that's what he said, and I did it. I still work with it. I do. My nightmares are all but gone now. It was the last thing of my PTSD. Why? Step 10. And therapy. Lots of therapy. EMDR worked great. Healing. You know what stopped my nightmares? Outgoing love. Outgoing love. It was emotional sobriety. Mm, all right. And I know what happened. I saw because I don't know what it is, but in my brother did something. He did, and I don't know what it is, but he did something that you will not admit to me that ruined my reputation. I mean, not that I wasn't doing a good job at that already, but I was accused of things that I never did. No. Okay. And so there were a lot of people that I was friends with that suddenly they wouldn't talk to me. Right. And so in my brain, I felt like my brother was against me and collected all these people to be against me, which is true, by the way. He did that as a teenager. He wanted me out of the house that bad. Okay. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. And so my nightmares involved this house and my brother doing that. And about 2 months ago, I was at my niece's birthday party. And what I did is I sat there and gave him shit. Jokingly, I sat down with my brother. We gave each other crap all day long and laughed about it. Gone. He did. He won't do a ninth step with me. He won't do a ninth step. So I can't heal that way, can I? I'm not going to find out the truth. I'm not going to get the answer. But I still need to do something about it, do I not? Or I'm going to be a dick. Or when I go to Mother's Day, I will be triggered. Mother's Day triggers me. It means I have to see my brothers and sisters, and I don't fucking want to. Now, I went last Mother's Day. My brothers were doing it, and I told them, hey, mom's getting a little bit older. I'm available now. I'm available like all the time. So if something's going on with mom, let me know. And I'm here to do something about it. Healing. Now, do they need to heal? No, I'm cleaning my side of the street. I cannot clean their side of the street. And I certainly cannot go help you clean your side of the street until my side of the street is clean. Then I can start to sponsor. Is it going to be totally clean? No, it's clean for the day. Because tomorrow's going to be a mess again. Leisure said it isn't life removed from one ego-driven life so much free and beautiful. Okay, I'm going to redo that because it was in question form. Isn't a life removed from an ego-driven life so much more free and beautiful? Absolutely it is. Yep. I mean, I'm watching my whole recovery community run around like chickens with their heads cut off because the shit's coming down. It's coming down. It feels like everything's been put on hold. Nobody is saying anything. I warned you. I've been saying it for years. So I will let you know that I'm kind of in a good mood because I finally feel justified. Justice, not justified. I'm finally feeling justice. Yeah, all those years of people calling me crazy and all those other things. Okay. Don't forget those night steps, my friends. Not you folks, but there's a lot of people out there that I feel owe me an amends. I'm never going to get them. Okay. I want you to hear what I said. I said, I feel. That doesn't make it fact. Okay. Feelings are not fact. I want them to be. Life would be so much easier and I would be right so much more. But they're not. And I had to accept that. It was one of the hardest things for me to accept. A continuous look at our assets. You already look at your liabilities. I don't need to tell you. You're so in tune to your liabilities that it's kind of a interference. There we are going to an extreme again. Okay. They put assets first, but we always go to liabilities, don't we? You're not a liability anymore. You're not a liability anymore. You are an asset. Yeah. Yeah, Patricia. Just let it go and let it to God. Now we have somebody here, and I need to make sure. Give me a second because they might be chatting. Okay, all right. Because what if the I'm just checking something. Okay, if you're in if you're in la 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 YouTube, do a little bit of chatting so I can make sure that it's coming up and working. But Facebook chat is working. Yay! All right, a continuous look at our assets. Why do we need to look at our assets? Because we claim spiritual progress. Okay, I don't need to go on Facebook and say, look what I did. That is not how you claim spiritual progress. Claiming spiritual progress is a relationship between me and God. That's it. Good job. That's it. We're done. Now I can move on. I got my attaboys, but I don't need to go online. Hey, look at all the great things. Da, 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 da. All right. Thanks, Kenny. I'm glad you agree with me on that. Yeah. You know, we got to take a look at these things. Okay. Why am I driving home the assets? Because we all have low self-esteem. That's why. That's why I'm bringing it up. Because you're better, you're so much more than you know. I'm more than I know. That is why I do not try and determine my own worth. No, no, no. And surrender, Patricia. You are correct. We must surrender. Okay. If you surrender everything, God will give you back everything you need. Isn't that much simpler? But it's hard to give it all away, isn't it? If you're feeling spiritually unfit, is probably because you are. Yes. That is a very true statement. If you are feeling spiritually unfit, what's the answer? Ask God for direction and go to a meeting and help another alcoholic. That's the answer. Nothing so much ensures immunity from self pity and all these other bad emotions than intensive work with other alcoholics. It works when other activities fail. So don't even bother with the other activities because they will fail. Okay? Getting somebody sober isn't about coming together as a group and having a carnival. No, that's done later when people are healed. Yeah. Okay. Enough with these events put aside for people in sobriety. It does no good. It is fake. It is like it is like doing a gratitude list and talking about yourself when you're in self-pity. I'm glad you're grateful. That'll give you a better attitude, and a better attitude is something I need. So, go for it. If it's going to get you to that better attitude, go for it. But you best follow it up with some action, or it's just a band aid. We are people of action. Everything we have talked about here has been action so far. All right. And a real desire to learn and grow by this means are necessities for us. No more suggestions. No more suggestions. Suggestion days are over. All right. We have alcoholics have learned this the hard way. I say this quite often. The 12 by 12 is, or the traditions in the 12 by 12 are one long 10th step telling us exactly what they did and how they did it wrong. So learn from it. So I learned from it. Yeah. And what does that do? It helps me bypass those pitfalls. The other day, I'm like, God, I need some direction on figuring out. I don't feel like I'm doing what I need to do to find this house for you. What else do you need from me? A name pops up in front of me. I'm like, I haven't talked to this person in 3 years. I don't even know if they like me. I reach out, man bends over backwards to help me. I was going down the wrong route. He's like, no, 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 Dion, you don't want to do that. He's like, I went down that route, and this is what happened. He's like, you will find barriers. So try it this way. Try it this way, Dion. This is what I did, and then it worked. There we go. Now I have my answers. Isn't that neat? I think that's awesome. And all I did was ask. All I did was ask. I haven't put any action into it yet, just so you know. Well, I got other things I got to do before I go after that house. What I need to do is I need to work on what's called an elevator pitch. Okay. I need to get into my sales mode, and I need to start going around and pitching. He said, Dion, you put this together right, and I'd be happy to be one of your investors. Yeah. So I'm going to maybe look for investors. If I can get together about $10,000, we can get this started. We can get it started. Why do I need that? Because I want to be 3 months advance in rent. We got to be accountable. We got to be accountable. Hi, Ingrid. You're not late. You're not late. You're a wizard. Wizards are never late. We arrive exactly when we're supposed to. Yeah, you're a wizard. And I've been doing these earlier. I'm surprised you were awake. I'm surprised I'm awake. You want to know why I'm awake? I'm all the way off my meds. I'm all the way off. And no night. And when I don't have nightmares, I don't have to sleep another 4 hours because I got good sleep. All right. Yeah, we've been here, Ingrid. We've been here 22 minutes, and I've got through a paragraph. So yeah, don't worry about it. But it's good to see you, honey. It's good to see you. I'm glad Facebook is back because I have a lot of friends that listen on Facebook. They don't do YouTube because I have to mark it unsafe, and they have kids. More experienced people, of course, in all times and places have practiced unsparing self-survey and criticism. Okay. Now, when we do a self-survey, this does not give me the right to beat upon myself. No. We are taking a survey. This is no longer a causes and conditions. It is only going to hurt as bad as you decide. Okay. For the wise have always known that no one can make much of his life until self-searching becomes a regular habit. It's got to be a habit. Why must it be a habit for us? Because I have bad habits and I need to replace my bad habits with good habits. Okay. This is AA is cognitive behavioral therapy. It is CBT. You know what CBT is? It's brainwashing. It's brainwashing. Right? Patricia says, in the beginning, I used to distrust my 10th step when past 2 or 3 days, everything seemed nice and easy. So I took a look. So I took back and I looked again, and I always find out how my mind lies to me. Yeah, if you take a long survey, okay, sometimes I will even ask myself, okay, Dion, where am I full of shit? Where I feel like I'm lying here. This isn't sitting right in my tummy. Something's not right. Am I doing something? And I've got to ask myself that. 9 times out of 10, I have some kind of, let's just say it ain't right. Oh, in order to get that done, I'm going to have to tell a lie. Yeah, see, I can't do that. You know, if I do that, sure, it'll work great for these 2 or 3 people, but then it's going to cause a lot of confusion for this person over here. I can't do that. Yeah. Think Think. Until he is able to admit and accept what he finds, and until he patiently and persistently tries to correct what is wrong. Yesterday, okay, when it came to the chat, for the Facebook chat, I'm going to use it as an example. I was wrong the whole fucking time. I thought I had done everything right. Nope, I had not. And they kept trying to tell me, and I wouldn't fucking listen. Until we were live yesterday, and he like points out, he's like, no, it is not set to public, Dion. It is set to friends. I'm looking at it. Which is why the guy before probably said, okay, wait till you go live and then do it. So that he could say, Dion, you're wrong, but he didn't want to be a jerk and tell me I was wrong. I had to have the visual proof that I was wrong. See, that is where pride and ego frustrates the progress. Well, I've been doing this for 6 years. I know it's right. No, I was wrong. It was human error, which turned out to be a good thing because I was able to fix it like that. Now, if I would have listened when God was trying to tell me, it would have been fixed a lot sooner. Still, self-surveying becomes a regular habit. Yes, right. YouTube chat is working. Hey. Amber's here. She said, hey, is for horses. But now she lives out east. So she wakes up to... When a drunk has a terrific hangover because he drank heavily yesterday, he cannot live well today. I do not miss that at all. But there is another kind of hangover which we all experience whether we are drinking or not. That is the emotional hangover, the direct result of yesterday's and sometimes today's excesses of negative emotion, anger, fear, jealousy, and the like. If we would live serenely today and tomorrow, we certainly need to eliminate these hangovers. I'm sorry, Instagram, but I did that rooster thing, and Amber said, I guess it's an HOA thing. I'm just going to tell you. She said cocks aren't allowed, and that's why I'm laughing. Train horns, yes. I'm used to trains. I lived in Arvada for years. And downtown, oh, no cocks allowed. Oh, it gives different meaning to choking the chicken. All right, this doesn't mean we need to wander more, and I wonder why I'm being cut off for sexual incantations. Hey, it's Amber's fault. It's Amber's fault. Oh, great. Hey, if this one gets taken down, we know why. We know why. All right. This doesn't mean we need to wander around morbidly in the past. It requires an admission and correction of errors now. Now. Right? And that is italicized. That anything italicized in the big book or the 12 by 12 means it's very important. We didn't have bold and underlining yet. You're lucky you got italicized. Okay? But we didn't have, well, wait a minute, step 10 is in bold. I'm wrong. We did have fonts. Our inventory enables us to settle with the past. So the past is done. It's over with. I don't need to walk around morbidly there, but I will use my past if it's going to help somebody else. I do not regret the past, nor do I shut the door on it. Door might be partially shut or whatever, but I'll open it. I don't mind. I don't mind. What are you going to do? Not like me? Okay? I'm not worried about that. When this is done, we are really able to leave it behind us. When our inventory is carefully taken and we have made peace with ourselves, the conviction follows that tomorrow's challenges can be met as they come. God, Amber, lately you are just on a roll. I think I'm going to bring you on. You need to come on with me, and then we'll talk. I don't think we'd get to anything. We probably wouldn't. So, Amber and I are Virgos, and we just like to laugh. And we have the same dark humor. Oh, so Amber says, and I like this one. You talk about how broke AA is all the time, and I do. Yes, I do. For a bunch of broke asses where you really wanted shit to stand out that was important no matter the cost. Even the cost of others. Even the cost of others. Yeah. Great point, Amber. Great point. You know, it's important that we all speak our truths, man. It's important that we all say our experiences. You know, without going back and picking on the baby boomers, I gotta say I'm kind of proud of these new generations coming up and taking the mantle of AA and doing it the right way. For a guy like me who absolutely believes in everything AA, knowing that AA will still be here for my grandkids is very important to me. Because out of my 5 grandkids, I know 2 of them that have probably got it. Part of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I want AA to be here when I'm gone. Okay? And there's a bunch of people out there trying to take it. So, no. The answer is no. Now, doesn't AA conform to the needs of what we do? Well, if we're conforming to the needs of what we do, then then the way I see it is what I need to do is I need to go back to, I did say everything AA. I did. And so I don't mind that app. It's a decent app. They're not making money off of it. It's run by a corporation in China, Taki. So, but you know, there's got to be a place for us to go, and it's got to be for us. It's got to be for alcoholics. Okay. Yes, we are all inclusive. If you have a drinking problem, there's a requirement. The requirement is that you are an alcoholic or that you might have a drinking problem. We will help the sober curious. You bet. Got DUI? I know plenty of people that got a DUI. They weren't alcoholic. After that, they never did it again. My first wife, I met her in AA. I used to tell her, I'm like, you just don't talk like us. You don't act like I do. I don't think you're alcoholic. I don't. She didn't. And she's not. Right? Now, she runs a really big cat shelter, a no-kill cat shelter here. So yes. And I support her. I've got 8 cats. It's the one thing that we loved about each other. We both loved cats. She's got a servant's heart, too. Right? Just because she's my ex-wife, I get along with her. In fact, she's over a couple times a week. Her grandson lives upstairs, and her son, and her daughter-in-law. So I'll never see her. Don't need to. You know, my wife's ex. You know, my stepkids have a dad. I'm not it, and I support him. I support him. All right, I'm going to read this part, and then we'll wrap up. I know the promises are being fulfilled in my life, but I want to maintain and develop them by the daily application of step 10. I have learned that through this step that if I am disturbed, there is something wrong with me. No shit. The other person may be wrong too, but I can only deal with my feelings. Yeah. You know, it takes two to tango. Period. At all times, it takes two to tango. Okay, but where I used to be like, look what they did to me. I'm going to take responsibility for the part that I did. I'm going to make an amends, and they're going to say thanks. Happens all the time. If you would expect an amends, you're never going to get it. I'll tell you why. You can never get, even if they come in and do an amends with you, if you're expecting an amends, you'll never get it. Because you have an expectation of how that amends is going to go. And it won't happen. It won't happen. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. When I am upset or hurt, I have to continue to look for the cause in me. Then I have to admit it and correct my mistake. It isn't easy. No, it's not. If it was easy, everybody would be well. Yeah. Cool, Ingrid. I'm glad this stuff is connecting for people. That's why I'm here, so I can help other people. I'm partially helping me. It isn't easy, but as long as I know I'm progressing spiritually, I know I can mark my effort up as a job well done. Yeah, expectations is never good for expectations are not good. And they're especially not good for alcoholics, Patricia. You are absolutely correct. Yeah. What is an expectation? It's a reason to drink. An expectation is a lurking notion for an alcoholic. Yeah. I have found that pain is a friend. It lets me know there's something wrong with my emotions, just as physical pain lets me know there's something wrong with my body. Why do people always wait for pain? Don't wait for pain to make a change. Don't wait for pain to make a change. It's not a requirement. You want to know one of the biggest indicators that you need to change? Your comfort level. You comfortable? Yeah, you need to change. There's a big difference between resting in our comfort and serenity. Serenity means I'm balanced, but there's action in my life. The other requires no action. See, gratitude, serenity, happiness, love, those things are all dividends of a job well done. They're not gifts. They're dividends from something you have done. Period. They're not really anything else. Okay? You cannot work towards happiness. You can only be happy right now. You can only be happy right now. Yeah, Patricia, I agree. She says, glad to hear that. I think I grow through love. I think that love, it really is the answer to everything. You're absolutely right, Scott. Freedom is the direct result to a job well done. What do you think? What do you think a pink cloud is? Happy acid test day from the Daily Reflections. Thanks, Ingrid. Ingrid says, happy acid test day from the Daily Reflections. When I take the appropriate action through the 12 steps, the pain gradually goes away. All right. What a fun one, man. This was fun. I'm glad that chat's working again and we got everything worked out. Yeah, you guys say, I do notes. I mean, I'm not kidding. Those are all different things I'm working on. And you gotta keep them separated. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I really gotta pee. I love you. Peace out. And have a day.